Ladies and gents, there's no way to get ready for this. The biggest cryptocurrency market in the world, Coinbase, is going crazy. The fact that Coinbase is trying to drive up the price of XRP Ripple to unreasonably high levels has been made public. There's also a report that Coinbase's CEO is buying millions of coins without anyone knowing. That's pretty cool, right? A lot of people think that XRP will be worth more than $2,000 this month. Such a positive sign can't be missed. Let's get right to the point. Without any more nonsense, not to bend attention, but XRP is slowly getting ready for what could be one of the biggest runs in history of crypto. Years of legal fights and regulatory uncertainty are giving way to a big change that comes from the center of U.S. finance not long ago. Coinbase Institutional said it had filed with the Commodity Contracts Trading Commission, CFTC, to self-certify XRP contracts. Even though the move may seem like just another product launch, it could be a turning point for the asset if you pay attention to the more subtle signs. According to Coinbase, the XRP futures product will likely go live on April 21st. The contract will be paid in cash every month and will have the symbol XRL. The value of each contract will be 10,000 XRP coins. At the current price of nearly $2 per XRP, each futures contract is worth roughly $20,000. You can trade the contracts for the next month and 2 months, but if the spot price of XRP changes by more than 10% in a single hour, dealing will stop for safety reasons. That may sound like a technical update, but what it really means is that the organization has approved it because the SEC sued Ripple, and the biggest platforms in the industry have taken a backseat to XRP for years. Now that the legal haze has cleared, Coinbase is not only listing XRP again, but they are also creating a product specifically for institutions that want to have controlled exposure, which is crucial. This is the same Coinbase that removed XRP from their list in 2021, and now they are making business tools out of it, which is 180 degrees, and demonstrates faith in the asset's promise, in addition to the fact that it is legal in the cryptocurrency space. According to certain claims, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong may potentially own millions of XRP tokens. Despite all of this, the markets for XRP futures are displaying signs of doubt. Funding rates have turned negative, meaning that traders who are shorting XRP are willing to pay more to keep their positions, at least in the short term. It's evident that people are still largely negative, but that kind of setup frequently results in significant changes. If Armstrong truly does have a large stake in XRP, that would explain why he changed his mind so quickly. Additionally, one of the most significant CEOs in cryptocurrency would have a stake in the game and possibly a long-term plan for Ripple's role in the future of digital banking. Too many people on one side of a trade can cause a chain reaction to go the other way. And what could be a bigger spark than the introduction of a futures product regulated in the U.S. on the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the U.S.? Bitnomio was the first company to offer XRP futures that were permitted by the CFTC, but Coinbase's reach and popularity put it in a whole different league. It's not a niche offering that only a select few are interested in. Rather, it's a call for hedge funds, family offices, and other large institutions to get involved with XRP again, but this time in a legal and organized manner. Coinbase's move may have been more about sending a message to Washington Wall Street and the entire digital asset market that XRP is back in the game. And if institutional demand begins to increase, it will be due to rumors, insider holdings, potential legal clarity, and new financial instruments. Don't be shocked if the price of XRP begins to reflect a story that has been gradually coming together. Coinbase is adding more than just XRP contracts behind the scenes in order to lay the foundation for a larger story about XRP. They are obtaining funding from Wall Street, public attention, and perhaps even a massive breakout that is just waiting to happen. Seen all year, and it originates from Coinbase. However, cryptocurrency experts aren't holding back when discussing it. They've made some extremely bold predictions about where XRP will go next, and I can assure you that some of them will astound you. You'll want to listen to this. Because of Coinbase's institutional support and social media's astounding and price projections, users of XRP are quite thrilled, and with good reason. The narrative surrounding Ripple's native token is shifting from one of caution to pure unadulterated confidence, and if you've been paying close attention, you can see that something significant may be happening. Coinbase's decision to offer controlled XRP futures has already created a stir, but how people outside of traditional finance groups feel isn't entirely without reason. When you look more closely, the excitement isn't entirely unfounded. It has to do with years of stifled energy, a plethora of potential applications, and more, and people realizing that XRP could play a significant role in the next phase of global payments. The XRP community was extremely vigilant following Buffett's tweet, "When your investments have been losing money for a long time." And then Trump begins to make peace with the entire world, and XRP reaches $50. The message resonated with many who believed that shifts in geopolitics would increase the significance of XRP in the future, particularly if Ripple emerges as a significant force in global banking in 2018 and attempts to supplant or collaborate with Swift XRP. Vanguard was even more straightforward when they tweeted that they were confident that XRP would reach $28. Their loyal fans agreed, but what really caused a stir was when well-known figure Jack the Rippler reminded his audience. This graph was put up by David Schwartz a few months ago. XRP is about to make a big move, $1,008. The group has obviously been examining every clue that Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, posts, and Steph hasn't held back, allowing the price of XRP to rise to $2,000. This is the kind of statement that seems crazy until you think about what could happen in the long run if XRP really does become the currency used for all international payments. That and XRP Dragon and market cycles, it looks like a long-awaited breakout is just around the corner. Now let's talk about a prediction that is way out there. Remy's relief. When an XRP commentator predicted that XRP might reach $2,000 by the end of the year, a 56,000% increase from where it is now, he backed it up with an intriguing argument. If XRP gains even a tiny portion of Swiss annual global transaction volume, prices could rise to previously unheard of heights.